Men's 5,000 metres. They're on track. They've been prowling around on the back straight for around about 5 minutes now, waiting for this to start. Some real greats of athletics have won this in the past. Julius Kariuki won this title in 1989 as the reigning 3,000 metres steeplechase champion. Stefano Mai won this as well. He broke a games record, which was broken then by Haile Ibrahimov of Azerbaijan in 2013, before he retained his title in 2015. Francois Barrett of France won this title 2 years ago, beating Johnny Davies of Great Britain. Here are the men who are going to try and take the latest title. Representatives from Canada, India, Switzerland, Somalia, Belgium, Australia, Norway, Algeria, Denmark, Japan, the Czech Republic. Fastest into the final was Robin Hendrix of Belgium. Hendrix has the number 14 on his shorts. You can see there that you don't have numbers on their bibs, they have their names. They're a little bit small, you have to say. I'm not sure that many people can see them in the stands. And so we are off then for 12.5 laps of this San Paolo Stadium track. As I say, Robin Hendrix will start amongst the favourites. He's the fastest into the final. He's also the fastest on personal best and season's best. That's times is set this year, 13:19:50, which is certainly heading towards some pretty shifty 5,000 metre timings. He goes to the University in Brussels. It's Mike Tate, though, of Canada, who has taken on the lead early on. USA based, goes to the Southern Utah University in Cedar City. He has a personal best that is well under 14 minutes, but he's yet to break that so far in 2019. Also going in this race is Kieran Lum of Canada from British Columbia. He should be there or thereabouts at the end. He's got good times this season and indeed a personal best as well, a man who went to the World Cross Country Championships in Uganda 2 years ago. Looks like India's Kisan Nashi Tadvi has gone in front, the 21-year-old who goes to university in Pune, which incidentally is the same university as the 1,500-metre finalist we saw earlier, Durga Pramod Deore. There he is in the white vest of India. As a brief lead at the moment, he's taken over from Tate. Following him is the Japanese Ryoji Tatezawa, 22-year-old who goes to the Tokai University, which is southwest from Tokyo and Yokohama. He's a man who didn't get out of the heats of the 1,500 metres here in Naples. His personal best at 5,000 goes all the way back to 2016. The Australian there, you can see him, Daniel Canala, 22-year-old from the University of Adelaide, fourth at the Oceania Championships. He comes into this race having set the third fastest time in the heats. He's a man as well who broke 14 minutes for the first time this year, so he is improving. So then, change at the front, and Hendrix has hit the front. 24-year-old from the Kaluvan University, studying architecture, and is now trying to frame victory here. We saw him do this in the heats as well, took it out. He believed in himself and pretty much dominated the semi. Tate is still going on well, though. Further back in the white of Switzerland, here's Jonas Reis from the University of Applied Sciences in Zurich. Second fastest in the field in terms of PBs, but he's not in that kind of form in 2019. Lucas Notti is the other Swiss in this event, from the University of Bern, and he will maybe feature later on in the final as well. So then, still Hendrix at the front with Tate in second place. They're already in single file. Ahmed Mohammed in the light blue of Somalia, 21 years old, who goes to the Boys State University in Idaho in the United States of America, and he's really improving this season. Underneath 14 seconds for the first time. Just got a brief look there at Jakub Zemelik in the red, white and blue of the Czech Republic. He's also been going well in 2019. The man from the University of Ostrava is the home of that excellent Golden Spike meeting every year that is not on the Diamond League. Moving into contention now in the blue is Jan Schrupp of France, 23-year-old who goes to university in Nancy in the east of France, studying medicine. Another man who could feature near the end on the times faced and paced this year. He's been getting faster in a whole range of different disciplines, has the Frenchman. Hendrix, though, is the man who's pounding out the pace at the moment. A little bit of a gap now, heading back to the Australian Canala, just losing a little bit of touch, as is the rest of those men you can see. Second Canadian Kieran Lum there, the 20-year-old, just on the outside trying to make a bridge forward, but the gap is around about 6 or 7 meters. Tate taking up the running again. I think that Hendrix has just decided he needs just a little bit of a break rather than Tate going in front, and they are all beginning to come back together again. Seven laps to go. And really, everybody keeping their powder dry. Hendrix sort of tested them out a little bit and now has decided better of it. Just on the shoulder of Tate. That's allowed Canella to come right back into things. And to be honest, that was good tactics from him. He didn't really speed up. It's just the people in front just slowed down.
This is Darcy Roper lining up from Australia in the second round of the men's long jump final. 7.73 on his first jump. Oh, he's got great lift off the board on that one. Woo, he goes. And so he should. Close to the 8-meter line. Great sprinting on the runway. Head down to start, stands up, sinks a fraction. Look at that lift, and great hang technique into the pit to get the full extension and your feet into the pit as far away from that board as you possibly can. He looks pretty quick, pretty pleased with his 7.90. Goes into the lead in the second round. Very early stages of the men's long jump final.
Back in the 5,000, and Hendrix has moved in front again of Mike Tate. The Japanese Ryoji Tatsuzawa is still in third place at the moment, with the Swiss Race and the Frenchman Schrupp. And the back of that group is the Algerian Zorkain El Hussein, who goes to the Hasiba Ben Boual University of Chief, which, for those who don't know, is between Algiers and Oran, and sits on the Mediterranean Sea opposite Murcia in Spain. Sakane, he has a personal best that he set in the heats. 14:21.67. He's had a 26, well, it's a 30-second improvement now in 2019. And again, Hendrix just backs off, Tate comes through, and they all back up again. The Somalian, US-based Somalian Ahmed Muhammad has just moved into contention again. The 21-year-old in the light blue there. Just behind the Canadian, the second Canadian that is, Kieran Lum. Kieran Lum set a 1,500 metres personal best this year in Vancouver, where he goes to university, 3:45. University of British Columbia is lower down. The Simon Fraser University also in Vancouver, right up on the hills. Glorious views of the city. Whereas the University of British Columbia is almost on the tip, looking across at Vancouver Island. Hendrix now of Belgium and the Catholic University of Leuven. Not too far east of Brussels. Interesting in that he has an indoor time that's faster than his outdoor personal best. And at the moment, he's kind of dictating the pace, whether or not he's in front or whether or not he decides just to sit on the shoulder of Tate, who has pretty much just been going on at the same pace all along. And now Hendrix starts to stretch them out again. And the line begins to become a line again, rather than all bunched up. And again, Canella of Australia, the 22-year-old from the University of Adelaide, just dropping back into a second group of chasers once again. They are strung out. Hendrix now beginning to test them out with 3.5 laps to go. The Algerian, though, El Hussein, is still there. Hendrix has a little look back, sees who's still there. Tate now back in third place. Zeiss of Switzerland in third. He's now taken over from Tate, and Shrub is where he's been for a lot of the time, is in fifth, and now he goes past Tate. I think Tate is now beginning to struggle. .1,200 metres to go, 3 laps just under of this 5,000 metre final. Shrub of France there trying to make it a French double after Francois Barra took the title 2 years ago in Taipei. All of these men trying to follow on from the greats of karaoke, like we said, Stefano Mai and Khalid Kanucci as well, who used to be from Morocco, now is a American, and of course broke the marathon world record after he won the Universiad title back in 1993. In fact, that was the period he was permanently moving to the United States. And Hendrix now breaking away. This is it. He started this just over a lap ago, and now the pain is beginning to hit those. Shrub of France moves into second place. And it looks as though the Algerian El Hussein is beginning to hurt as well. 2 laps to go, 800 metres between Hendrix and gold. He's going on his own. It's the solo run here from around about 1,000 metres out. Shrub in second place at the moment, with the Swiss Jonas Reus, 25 years old, from the University of Applied Sciences, in third place at the moment. The whole of the back straight now between the first placed Hendrix and the last man who's accompanying the Australian Canella. Here they come though, and Shrub is doing a pretty good job here. He's gradually, I think, dragging that gap back down again as they head towards the bell. Maybe Hendrix is not quite as strong as we thought. We'll find out now in the next lap. Shrub looks strong. You can see there the Japanese Tetsuzawa unable to keep himself going. He's now got a 20 to 30 metre gap to the front 5. Nothing really is decided. Shrub is going down the back straight. 350 minutes to go, and Hendrix can't do anything to stop the Frenchman going past. And maybe there is a French double coming. Hendrix in second. And now Hendrix is in third as he's overtaken by the Swiss athlete Race. So it's France against Switzerland. The Algerian has suddenly got some energy back in fifth, and he's chasing after Hendrix, who doesn't look like he's going to get a medal. It's between France and Switzerland. Race trying to get there. Shrub is holding on. It's going to go to the line, and Switzerland is going to take it on the line. What a finish! Oh, what a race. What a last lap. The lead changing hand twice in the last 200 metres. Well, there's some very excited Swiss fans underneath us, I can hear cheering their heads off. Poor old Hendrix. He thought that he was the strongest man in that final. He behaved like the strongest man in that final. He came into it the fastest in the heats and in the field on lifetime bests and times in 2019. But he didn't have it on that final lap. Jonas Race is the champion of the World University Games, ahead of Shrub with Zorkane of Algeria, heading off the Belgian Sommers for the bronze medal. Well, Shrub thought he timed it perfectly, and I've got to be honest, I thought he had as well when he went for it to start with. But talk about faith in your finish, faith in your race. And that is exactly what Jonas Race did there. Came into the final as the second fastest man in it. And the man from the University of Applied Sciences in Zurich takes the biggest win of his career so far. 14.03 for the man with 2 national titles. Didn't get past the heats of the 1500 meters 2 years ago. He was 8th in this final at the 5,000. That was won by Francois Barra, but he stopped another Frenchman winning it tonight.